Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Skope TV. This is our first international Skope TV phoner. I've got the hottest, most buzzed about group coming out of London on the phone. I got Ali from Lovehead. Ali, what's happening?
Well, I'm just actually having my first beer of the day and getting ready for the World Cup. I don't know if you guys know, but it's World Cup time over here, so I'm getting ready to watch the USA beat England, I hope.
Yes, I will be watching as well, and I will be joining you in your drink as well. I have a Bushmills and a Bud Light.
Nice.
And what are you drinking?
The man who likes it all, eh?
That's right. What are you drinking?
I'm on a Red Stripe, which is it's a Jamaican beer.
Ah, I know it well. Very nice. Very nice. Big shout to all our Jamaican listeners. There are many, that's for sure. Now let's get right into this. Where are we talking from today, and what's coming up for you for Saturday night? Since it's only 1 o'clock here in Boston, 6 o'clock over in London. What's happening?
Well, it's 6 o'clock. I'm in London, and I'm just having my first beer, and then I'm going to get ready to go out and watch USA beat England. Which might seem like a bit of a strange dream considering I'm in England, but I'm actually originally from Scotland, so I always like to see the English lose.
Very nice. Now, How long have you guys been pushing Lovehead? And give us a brief history on how you guys came together.
It's a long history, actually, but when a friend of mine from home in Scotland and I, we both started bands when we were teenagers, and then we left home, and I don't know, we just drank so much and took so many things that we just never seemed to finish any songs we wrote. Our songs were always half written, and this went on for a long time, so eventually we gave up, and then we came back to it about a decade later, and that's when we really got serious about Lovehead and made it kind of what it is now.
That's cool. Now, what does the name Lovehead mean to you in how it defines the band?
Lovehead has multiple meanings, my friends, and I don't want to say anything disgusting or revolting that would turn people off Lovehead. So Lovehead can mean whatever you want it to mean.
Ah, okay. So my definition, it could be different from your definition.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, you guys look like the kind of band who knows how to have a good time. Give our audience, please describe what goes on backstage at your shows or in your studio. Is there crazy groupies, illicit drugs, a lot of alcohol? What's going on here, brother? This is rock and roll.
Well, this is a band that was so rock and roll that it could never even finish a song for about a decade. So that's how bad we are.
That's awesome.
Only old age is helping me actually sit down long enough to finish a song, and not be so drunk that I can play my guitar in time. So as far as the groupies go, well, there's never enough groupies. That's all I can say.
Now, are you guys doing Lovehead full time, or are you holding down side gigs as well, like a 9 to 5 or something?
It's a kind of mixture. I write most of the songs, so I'm pretty much full time on it.
Wow.
And some of the other guys are working as well as putting time into Lovehead on the side. But I don't know, someone has to be full time really. This is so much work that goes into a band these days.
That's true. Now, when you turn on Top 40 radio, do you like what you hear? And where do you go to hear new music these days besides SkopeMag.com?
Oh, I was going to say I go straight to SkopeMag.com.
That's
You
right.
ruined it for me.
I knew you would.
But no, I get usually pretty revolted when I hear the top 40. Obviously, there's always something good coming through, but so much of it is just kind of industry stuff. It's if you make people listen to it 50 times, they'll get used to it and buy it, I guess. But it's pretty awful. So I usually look on the net. I kind of have a look around MySpace and things like that.
That's cool. Now,
also underground radio as well is really good, I think. Community radio and student radio.
Oh, yeah, because they got that independent voice. That's what we're all about as well, that's for sure. Now, All FM gave you guys a mega compliment. All FM says that they do not know why you guys are not signed. How does that feel to hear, and is that ultimately what you want?
In a way, you kind of want to get signed, because I find instead of writing music these days, I end up doing business side things to do with the music, or you're trying to work out a marketing strategy to get ahead. And it'd be great if someone else was doing that, so we could just concentrate on our live performances and recording as well. And also, I think you need the contact and someone to open the doors. And the record companies still have a lot of power. They're professionals, and that's what they do. It's they try and get you out there. It's very hard for an independent band to do it, I think.
So for all you A&R guys out there, you need to sign Lovehead. I'm telling you, these guys are the real deal. Now, why should Skope listeners go give Vanity Project a listen? Which I have, and I love it. It's an incredible, incredible album. What does that album mean to you, and what can listeners expect from that album?
It's a tale of two albums, really, because some of it is quite light, and some of it is very heavy and raw. It is schizophrenic, It's that thing. I don't know. You wake up one day and you're in a happy mood, and you play happy music, and the next day maybe you wake up furious, like a kind of a psycho killer, and you do something really aggressive and nasty.
That's cool.
But it's got the best and worst of both worlds, I suppose. And it's quite deep and dark in places. But there's definitely something on there for most people who like kind of rock music and punk music.
And it's real, and that's what I loved about it. It's very real. Now, we got about 3 minutes left. We got 3 questions. Ali, do you feel that British people are getting a bad rap because BP has polluted our wonderful and luxurious Gulf Coast?
Man,
they have just ruined it.
This is going to sound very un-rock and roll, but I got BP shares this week, and I have to be honest as well. I can see why you're angry. If an American company had just polluted our coast, we would be pretty angry as well. So, I think it's one of those things. I don't think BP, they had American contractors working with them as well, and it could have happened to another oil company, and it's awful. It's an awful thing, and you've got a right to be annoyed. But basically, we shouldn't have all petrol, oil anyway. We should all be running around in electric cars, and going over to the Middle East trying to get our oil, or drilling out of the Gulf of Mexico is all crazy.
I agree.
Solar power or something. It doesn't involve, going to war or polluting an entire ocean.
We complain about BP as we all get in our cars to drive to Dunkin' Donuts for a latte.
Exactly. BP is just another giant oil company, and there'll be another oil spill somewhere else soon with another oil company.
That's right.
But that's a shame. It's awful, I think.
Now, one of my favorite songs by you guys is Rock and Roll Star. What inspired you to write and record that song?
What was it? Sorry,
Rock and Roll Star. I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
So what inspired you to write and record that song?
That's weird, actually. I was writing, and it doesn't sound like it, but I was writing it about environmental catastrophe. So it kind of links in with the BP thing in a way. And what it actually means is, I don't know, in the 60s, rock and roll stars, they seem to mean something. They seem to be Bob Dylan or Hendrix or Morrison or John Lennon, who all were kind of screaming out for a better world or challenging the establishment. Whereas I think that a lot of the modern day rock stars are just in it for the women, the drugs, the money, which is a good reason to be in it, but it seems a bit hollow as well.
Now, we got about 20 seconds. This is my last question. You've been absolutely incredible. This is fun. This is going to lead into a wonderful afternoon. We got 20 seconds. What's coming up for Lovehead, and where can we follow you online? Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. Lay it on the people. We got 15 seconds.
Okay, check us out on MySpace and on Facebook, and definitely come and say hello. What we're doing now is we're going into the studio as of next week to record Vanity Project Part 2, which is going to be bigger and better and different. You've learned a lot from doing the first album, and we're ready to do something extra special, I guess.
That's awesome.
So, it's great to hear from you.
And Google Lovehead. These guys are the real deal. They'll be coming to the U.S. soon. Skope TV, the first international on a Saturday afternoon. We'll be back. Allie, Lovehead, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.